Good afternoon, everybody. This is Diggs. It's another beautiful day out here in the Pacific Northwest. And today we are going to talk about Nier Reincarnation, one of the newest mobile games out that I absolutely love. I've been a fan of all the Nier games, and I have been waiting for this to come out. It's nice that it's finally here. Let's go ahead and let's talk about it. Let's dig in. There's a lot to say about this game, and we're going to start off by just talking about how beautiful it is. The aesthetic is absolutely incredible. The two-dimensional art, when it does transfer to storytelling, is moving. It will touch you in ways that you've never known you could be touched with storytelling. It's absolutely at the pinnacle of Yoko Taro quality, and I would say it's something you have to experience. It's something you need to play through. It's something you need to take your time and enjoy. And I think with a lot of gacha games, people are looking for, quick action, moving through the content quickly. And this is one of those games where if you do that, if you try and force your way, skip the story, push on through, you're going to miss something, and that something is part of what grabs you with this game. So for all of you who are wondering, Diggs, why are you only on chapter 7, 20 hours into the game? It's because I've been enjoying every step of the way. And I think if you're out there and you take your time with this game will really, touch you and grab you. And I mean, it's sounding kind of inappropriate right now, but you will fall in love with this game. Let's talk about the mechanics. Where do we want to start here? I guess the first question is it free-to-play friendly? And, that's a question that when we enter into the gacha world, right, everybody is asking, is it free-to-play friendly? Am I going to have to pay money to play this game? So I'll be direct with you. There is a paid currency, and then there's a free currency, but the paid currency is very similar to what we would see with like Brave Exvius, War of the Visions, and there is a native pity system already built into the game. So if you do, for example, not pull the unit that you want, you can eventually purchase the unit you want with your pity. Now you do have to max out the pity tokens, but to give you some perspective, I'm only on chapter 7. I haven't been going hard for pulling, and I have 140 out of 200 tokens towards my pity. So that means I've pulled 140 times. That's 1410 pulls. Out of those 1410 pulls, I do have 4 4-star characters with 1 4-star duplicate. And so I do think it is a pretty reasonable free-to-play game right now. Also, when you do go and do the events, one thing that is really nice as well is they do offer 3-star characters for purchase from the events to be your bonus units. Now, if you're someone who's actually playing the gacha, you kind of have gacha characters and you have free-to-play characters. And actually, even if you're a paying player, if you haven't pulled enough dupes of, say, 2B, 9S, A2, it can actually be better for you to buy these units and awaken them for farming the event. So even if you are a paying player, you aren't necessarily guaranteed better success when you are running the missions. And I think that's an important element to understand and an important thing to really separate from here, right? Because it's one of those things where, yes, you'll be able to get an edge if you do pull and play the gacha, but it's not going to make you god tier level, unnegotiable, right? You're going to be able to go anywhere. So I think that's probably my biggest perspective on free to play. If you're free to play, definitely re-roll. The re-roll standard right now is basically getting 1 4-star or 2 4-stars in your re-roll. Personally, I went for 1 4-star and I got A2 first. And as long as you play through the game, you get tons of currency, you get free pulls, right? Like I said, I'm on chapter 7 and I've had the opportunity to roll 140 times right now. And that's with me not chasing the unit. So I definitely think right now, this game is free to play friendly. And this is coming from a whale who loves to spend money on the game that's literally free to play right now. And if any of you are my regular viewers, you know how hard it is for me not to spend money on a gacha game. What about the characters? What about the quests? What do we got going on over there? Well, let's go ahead and go to loadout here, and you do run a 3-character formation. And what's interesting is that there's a couple elements to the characters that are important here. You can see I actually don't have memoirs unlocked, which is like another piece of equipment, but you do have like companions. So this is going to be very similar to like pod, right? Which will add stats and also an ability for your character to use. The companion system actually reminds me a little bit of espers from Final Fantasy. It also reminds me a little bit of mags because you do level them up and they all have different stats. Other than that, you have a different couple types of characters with different weapon proficiencies. So you can see here you have like a character with a staff, you have a character with a long sword, a gun, fists, a great sword, right? And then of course you have spear. So you do have different weapon priorities for different characters, and you have different elements for the characters as well. So you can see right here, for example, that this sword is a light element weapon. You can see this one is a fire element weapon, and this one is a dark element weapon. And it works very similar to what you would expect, where you would come up here and you can see there is affinity compatibility, right? So wind is good against water, water is good against fire, fire is good against wind, and you have light and dark that is good against each other. So definitely some cool things going on with the weapons. All of the weapons have different abilities and skills that are associated with them. So for example, this Type 40 sword has Vigor, which will give me attack up by 10.7% for 60 seconds. And then it also has Pursuit, which is a 5-hit. That's what the ×5 means. Deal 31% damage 5 times, 2 times chain or more increases damage by 6%. And then you have Vertigo, which is 31% damage ×4 inflict stun. So if you wanted to deal a lot of damage, you would actually use Vertigo and then Pursuit, right? Because your chain bonus is going to be modified with more damage on Pursuit that way. So lots of fun things that you can kind of mess with. And a lot of the weapons have some of the same abilities, like especially when it comes to weapon abilities. You can see that Vigor is right here and it was on the other weapon. But up here you have different skills, right? So 31% damage ×5 increases defense by 8% for 10 seconds. So depending on the weapon that you set, you are going to have different abilities, and there is plenty of different weapons that you can set. Any unit can use any weapon. The only difference is some of them have more proficiency with weapons than their main, like than other weapons. So the proficiency is going to be pretty important there. In terms of character leveling and weapon leveling, there is kind of a interesting system. So you have a ranking system, which is as you use the character, their rank is increased, right? So you can see that just by naturally using A2, I'm going to get access to more attack, more HP, more defense, and this will unlock over time. You also have a system where you do have, we'll go over to the enhanced side to show this off. You do have Ascension and Evolution. So come in here, I'll show you, we can enhance our character for EXP if we wanted, but she's already level 75. And you'll notice she has the 1 diamond here. What the 1 diamond means is that I have ascended her 1 level, so her level cap and stats have increased. So you can ascend a character, and you can do it a couple different ways, which I love. You can do it through pulling duplicates, or you can do it through using an advanced handbook. Now, you'll see that ascending a character does also affect their skills and abilities. And if you go to skills, you can level up your skills as well. So there's a lot going on here. You can see that Bludgeon Multi-Strike is kind of the main skill that she has. So if I leveled it, I could level it to deal 3% more damage with an increased critical hit rate. That's pretty good, right? And then on the other side, you know, granted, that's not her main skill. You go to the weapons and you have a very similar system, right? Remember we had those abilities on the weapons? Well, you can go to enhance and you can actually enhance the weapons. You can enhance the skills. You can ascend the weapons, and you can ascend them by either using generic ascension items, which is really cool, right? Or you can find a duplicate of the weapon and ascend it to get another diamond, which would increase its level and also increase the max level of all of the abilities. Or you can choose to evolve it, which will unlock a new passive ability, right? So it'll be like critical hit rate up by 5.3% here. It'll get to that 5-star tier, which is the highest tier, is my understanding in the game right now, and do a lot of cool stuff. My understanding, and this could be wrong, but a 3-star weapon awakened to a 4-star form maxed out is better than a base 4-star weapon. That's what I've heard. I don't know if that's fact yet, because again, I'm still kind of coming in here and enjoying this system. So if you're interested in like an in-depth combat system, definitely check this out. It feels like when I play this game, I keep hearing a lot of people saying, oh, it's just an auto battler. There's nothing really important going on. And that is not true. Like, there's a lot going on with this game, and you really need to know what you're doing. There's a difference between like a game that auto plays itself and a game that auto plays itself where you are controlling the auto-ness of the game, if that makes sense. You're controlling the characters, their abilities, their skills, their systems, their layouts. It's a very different type of a game than a game that just plays itself. Now, finally, is there anything else you guys want to know about? We've talked about the summons, we've talked about the enhancements and the loadouts. Let's talk about the quests, because the quests are pretty cool. You come into the sub-quests here. The arena has not been unlocked yet, but for example, there is a Nier Reincarnation event going on right now, and you know, we talked a little bit about how you can get free-to-play versions of these characters as bonus units from the shop, and that's amazing. Like, if we go into a quest right here, you can actually see that there is bonuses here, plus 12, plus 5, plus 14. These red arrows indicate kind of gear that is applying these bonuses to the drops of the tokens that I'm going to get. And so the more gear that I have with the bonuses, the more tokens I'll get. And you can actually buy the gear with the bonuses, which is really cool, or with the tokens, which is amazing. Coming up here, you can see bonus details, and it'll actually show you just an example. So the characters that you have set up, they all get their attack. And then with weapons, you can see, depending on the ascension level, you can get a certain amount of metal drop. So it'll always be better to ascend your weapons because it will increase your drop. So like right now, the Emil heads are being given away as a free-to-play login right now, or as just a daily login reward. So you want to be ascending those and putting those on your characters when you run this mission, because it will give you an enhanced metal drop. Taking a look at this, very same here. Notice how they're showing off some weapons here, and they're showing off, okay, you got this in your deck, you got this in your deck, this. You're going to get some ascension from that. So all of this to say, you want to be ascending your weapons, and it is going to make a big difference on the amount of medals that you get. And then you use those medals to buy a whole bunch of other things. Now, besides the event missions, they do have daily quests, which change every day. So you are going to be able to do these every single day. They'll have different rewards. You can see they're going to, give you dark, spear, and fist type weapons today. You get gorilla quests, which are unlocked at different times of the day. What gorilla quests are they're basically like specific weapon type farming events where you can go in and farm them. And then finally, you get character quests. Now, character quests, you can unlock here. You can see you actually need eventually some rank to unlock these, I believe, and get to like the final form. You will actually have to use the characters, my understanding, but it does kind of unlock different missions. You can see it unlocks awakening materials and ascension materials for them, and it's just really cool. It kind of adds on to the story, and it's a great element. I have heard there's some type of like legendary character thing going on here with character quests, which I have yet to unlock. But definitely something cool. Apparently it's like the best way to go for free-to-play players. So definitely consider that and check it out. Otherwise, guys, that's kind of like my quick review of the game. I've been loving it. I've been having a lot of fun playing this game, and I've been streaming it a lot just because I can stream it and kind of relax while doing that. If you guys want to come watch me stream, I've been streaming every single night on Twitch, kind of later in the evening streaming this. I'm still doing BOOTEH streams quite often, but definitely come check it out. If you do want to support me, you can use my affiliate link, dig.gs/coins. It is always an effective way if you are using the Amazon App Store for anything, or if you're just buying anything on Amazon. Before you check out, go to dig.gs/coins and then check out on the checkout box, and then it will actually apply my affiliate link to everything you're buying. So it'll give me, 50 cents from your purchase, but it definitely helps me when there's a lot of you guys doing that. So thank you so much, everybody. If you guys want more Nier content, or you have specific Nier content you want me to make sure you put it down in the comment section, because I do want to make Nier content. I just don't know what you guys want, and I'm not a master of this game, right? But maybe in a couple weeks, after doing some research, after doing some thinking and some playing, I will have some mastery over this. So thank you so much, everybody, and have a great day.